Good day, good day, good day. Let me check my virtual background, so just bear with me. There we go. We're in our virtual background now. Welcome. This is my live. This is Howard Martell. Why side hustles are essential, unlocking the tax benefits and earning potential with one marketplace. You're going to be introduced to some of the benefits that having a home based business has and partnering with the one marketplace, which will be officially in launch. Right now, it's in pre-launch. So get your time spot. This is a global opportunity, a global opportunity. So I'm going to post my link here and how you can contact me in the screen in this live here. So just bear with me. Just bear with me, and I'll give you all my contact information before we get started. This is live. It'll be recorded. And of course, my YouTube, the most important part, the YouTube channel. You can go to my YouTube link right here. This is how you reach out to me. A little bit about myself. I'm Howard Martell, known as the Home Profit Coach here in Hampton Roads, Virginia, and we are ready to rock and roll. So the windfall tax savings approved for home-based business owners, okay? This is the 20th edition, but it has from my good friend, Dr. Ron R. Mueller, who had passed away about a year ago. His rights have been bought by from a uh, a person who partnered with him, Sandy Lynch, who will be taking this over and rewriting a lot of the content and writing it in Ron's language. So this is very, very powerful, people. So we're going to be covering a lot. We'll see how much we can get through. Welcome to this 20 edition of the Windfall Tax Savings Approved for Small Home-Based Business Owners. This book is written for small home-based business owners and those entrepreneurs considering launching their own small home-based business. Its purpose is to help you learn how to reduce your taxes to legal and minimum while paying very penny required by law. Now, this is geared towards the United States, so your tax laws might be different if you're international. But if you join that link that I have on the screen or in the text, it's global. And once one marketplace comes around, how would you like to get paid on the efforts of others, but also don't have to worry about bringing people in? All you do is you share out your link to people, let them decide if they want to establish their own one market pod. Think of a pod as a shopper, and then the whole global community, myself and you, will be helping each other building our businesses by bringing in more people by sharing and carrying our link. And then when we shop, we make money. When they shop, and their people shop across the globe, and then their products and services for each country, who knows, could be featured on here too, where you can buy stuff from Taiwan and all these other countries that we're planning on partnering with. It is true hybrid in the industry. So lock in your timestamp now to get prime positioning once this launches in June 2025 or sooner. Right now, they're gearing towards June 2025, and they're going to pay you to stay with us. That's the key. Look it up. There's videos on my YouTube about this, so you can go into. There's a 10-minute video. Maybe I'll share that out too, so make it easier for everybody. So just bear with me as I go here. Uh, your videos. Again, this is going to be live and in living color. One marketplace right here. There. Copy my shareable link. I want to make it easy for people. I'm using the power of StreamYard to create my content. So, small and home-based business owners are the most advantaged of all categories of taxpayers, bar none. And this friendly Plain English Glide, here are some of the what you learn. Why Congress continues to favor small home-based business owners. What are the biggest and smallest tax deductions available to you? The specific but easy steps to qualify for each deduction, and what records the IRS requires for documenting you to keep, and the easiest way, and much more. As the author, here's what I promise you. Reading and understanding using this book will result in legally, ethically, and honestly, easily slashing your taxes by a minimum of $3,500. $3,500. Or your money back, guaranteed, good for 1 year. And if you don't have fun reading this book, I will have missed the mark. Truth, honor, integrity are character traits that must never be compromised. For that reason, what you will not find in this book are tax dodges, gray area deductions, tax schemes, or tax avoidance tricks. Ron's very pointed about that. Dedication and acknowledgement. I dedicate this book first and foremost to God, without whom nothing is possible. John 15:15. I share what is in this book to help others become better stewards of God's money. We're not going to go into the different people, but like I said, Sandy K. Lynch is the person who is taking over this portion of the business since she bought it from the family. She has been a local business concierge for 2 decades, performing such wide-ranging services: bookkeeping, order fulfillment, business planning, editing, proofreading, idea generation, identifying a wide range of outside experts and export resources. All right. So for more, this is the foreword with by multiple times New York Times bestselling author Robert G. Allen. For more than 2 decades, I've been writing, lecturing, and teaching and coaching thousands of people about the importance of establishing multiple streams of income. I've been on the New York Times bestseller list with numerous books like Nothing Down, Creating Wealth, Multiple Streams of Income, Multiple Streams of Internet Income, The 1 Minute Millionaire, Cash in a Flash, and more. The media has referred to me as the millionaire maker because of the great number of people who have taken my message to heart, acted on advice, and gave them and became self-made millionaires. Ron Mueller's author of this amazing step-by-step tax guide was once one of my proteges and since become a close personal friend. Ron book delivers a truly important message. No matter how many streams of income you put into place, no matter how large those streams of income grow to become, no matter how successful each team turns out, ultimately, as the original title of the book said, it's how much you keep that counts, not how much you make. This authoritative guide is thoroughly researched and carefully documented, but it's also fun to read and easy to use. So that's just a little bit about forward there. I'm not going to go into all of it. So here's what's new for 2020. This is the bonus chapters. Now, understand, it's a little dated, but it's still important because the Tax Cuts and Jobs Acts are part of this that looks like it's going to go through in the United States. So, as I said before, I'm Howard Martell, U.S. Navy service disabled, small disadvantaged business owner, been in the affiliate marketing, direct marketing realm for a while, and these are tax things that I've been using for the last 30 years. 30. Tax brackets and standard deduction rates have adjusted for 2020, plus the 62 federal tax deductions have either been added, extended, resurrected, or modified. Here's your 2020 overview. We're not going to go through all those. This is good information, but you can look it up to yourself. This is all available. I want to get to the meat and potatoes of it first. Chapter 1. How a little research led to the massive tax savings discovery. By profession, I run my own author. I'm not a tax lawyer, not a CPA. I've never worked for the IRS, and maybe that's why I'm able to write in plain English. I am, among other things, an investigative journalist, a journalist who asks good questions, who probes until I get answers that make sense, who follows up on every lead, who checks out every inconsistency, who doesn't report anything until I thoroughly understand everything I can about the topic I'm writing about. This is from Ron's while he was alive. 20 years ago in 1990, I decided I've spent enough time sucking up exhaust fumes and following brake lights commuting in Washington, D.C. I heard of all my life that when you work for yourself, even with your part-time business, you get lots of tax deductions. But nobody had ever told me exactly what those tax deductions are and how to qualify for them or what records I would need to keep. So, on my way home from work that night, I went to the bookstore in Annapolis, Maryland, then to another looking for answers. What tax breaks are available for part-time home-based business owners? When I couldn't find what I was looking for, I went online. When that failed me, I even went to the Library of Congress because they have a copy of every book copyrighted in America. I found nothing. Now, as an investigative reporter, I'm wondering if these big tax breaks I've heard about were real. and were just an urban legend. Research revealed some fascinating answers. By then, my curiosity was piqued and set up a personal mission to uncover the truth and started interviewing CPAs. One of the first things that absolutely shocked me. It's a fact. Home-based business tax law is not taught in hardly any accounting or business schools, and is even tested with a single question on CPA exam. Not one question. Even CPA continuing education in most states offer little or nothing on small home-based business tax deductions. And I think that's disturbing, isn't it? For me, it's important to understand, personally myself, that the tax savings that we receive collectively, I need to understand how that benefits me and my family, right? I need to know what's going on in the marketplace, right? I need to understand what I'm able to legally and ethically deduct. And that's where Ron's book came. This book right here, this beautiful book. It is so simple to follow. And then you can bring this to your tax preparer if they don't. I concentrate, I work with a bookkeeping service and tax preparer that understands and works with corporate and small business, whether you're e-commerce or gig, right? So they're on there. They're on there. To me, they're on their top game. So first, I had no idea the monstrous tax code. The federal tax code is nearly 70,000 pages, published in 23 volumes, and grows by an average of 50 pages per week. The Bible contains approximately 800,000 words. The tax code contains approximately 9 million words, about as long as 11 Bibles with none of the good news. No one person can be an expert in everything contained in the book face of the full law. So, home-based business tax breaks passed by Congress are not accidental discoveries by a clever lawyer. The tax laws created by Congress didn't end up unintentionally decreasing federal tax revenues because of some clever lawyer found in a loophole. No, they passed these laws for two specific and important purposes. The first objective was to stimulate growth of the most important segment of the American economy, small business. But an equally important objective was to encourage every taxpayer to have a part-time small business and continue to run it actively, because it will provide an ideal safety net in times of economic downturn and layoffs. If you were to find tomorrow that you're unemployed, and what would you do? You could go home to look up the address in the unemployment office, but it would be far better for the economy and you if instead you went home to ramp up your part-time home-based business into a full-time business. I think this is crucial. Those were Congress's objectives. Then the question they wrestled with, how do they motivate busy people to do something more since everyone is already overcommitted? The answer, the great motivator of all time, right? Money. Money may not be the most important thing to everyone, but it does tend to rank up there with oxygen for most folks. You do think money is not important? If so, let me ask you a question. Would you get out of bed when the alarm clock went off for the morning job that didn't pay you? Or would you even set an alarm? I rest my case. So Congress decided they provide financial incentives to encourage taxpayers to start and then continue actively running a small home-based business. How will you receive financial incentives? Through huge tax refunds. The next question Congress addressed, what should we require them to do to qualify for these huge tax refunds? Remember, their initial objective was for taxpayers to have a part-time business they could ramp up full-time if needed. Here's the three requirements, and these are so simple, and this is in the tax code. Here, have and be able to prove a profit intent. Note the word intent. They wanted to incentivize us to start a home-based business. And in 2025, you have the ability to start your own home-based business like that. There's so many available. Now, you can partner with one marketplace and we're going to have tens of thousands of products that you get paid on. That's one. You can partner with Howard with his other business that's been around for that's been around for 30 plus years. That's helped me. That helps me promote that link right there you see on the screen. That's right. It allows me, it teaches me every single aspect of what I need to know to be able to use free and paid methods using nothing but graphical landing pages. What you see on the screen with that link right there in front of the screen down the bottom is your entry into starting your home-based business if you choose, if you like what we have. But I think you will, because we're going to pay you, the company I work with, once this launches. Now, this is a 2-year company. We have 130 products right now and growing, but we're looking at having tens of thousands all across the globe. And then we're going to help you build your business. Now, we have a team system that we have built together, but guess what? There's your start right there. You found a business. You found a person that's been running a business for a while. He knows what he's doing, but I'm working with people that know what they're doing because these people have proven it. They, one of our good mentors at R3G team. That's right. You're going to join a team. You're going to join a family here. Um, he's $100 to $200 million earner in the industry collectively. He's been earning that a lot because he knows how to build relationships for 42 years. 2, the second step, actively work your business on a regular and consistent basis. Why this is a requirement? If we started a home-based business but didn't keep the work up regularly, why would not have a part-time business that we could ramp up full-time without advance notice? That's what I'm able to do. 3, record keeping. Record the documents of your business deduction. Treat your small, like just like a big full-time business you may want to become. That's it. Those are 3 requirements that Congress has put into law. That's in the tax law. Now, consider these 3 census statistics. Small business in the U.S. totals 30 million, growing rapidly. Of those, 53% home-based. Small businesses make up more than 99.7% of all employers nationwide. Small businesses employ 50% of all private sector workers. Small business creates 75% of new jobs. 3 years after start, remain open. That's to paint an amazing picture, doesn't it? The bottom line, Congress has passed a series of tax laws for intended purpose of encouraging and rewarding average Americans who will actively operate a for-profit small home-based business. Why? Because we said it's good for national security. I strongly believe we should each willingly pay Uncle Sam every penny required by law, but the law does not require any of us to overpay. That's why starting a small home-based business is crucial in 2025 and beyond. Why? Because it's a good stewardship and it is fun. We have fun making money here. I made money yesterday in both businesses and stuff. And as I closed out our year with a bang. That's right, with a bang. I ended up, I think, being number 3 and number 4 in total sales in my company that I've been around for 30 years plus. I've been with them for almost 16 years coming up. Um, and all I'm doing is just sharing my link out there, and then my sales are closed for me. I don't have to worry about it. To me, it's a set and forget it. So option 1, when your tax advisor says that one of those deductions is not legal, point them to the tax code citing it right here in the book. When he or she consults the source we cite for you, they can arrive at one conclusion: deductions described are 100% legal, ethical, safe, proper, and honest. Option 2, if your current tax pro does not want to update their education about small-based business, it has information in there. 3, continue overpaying your taxes. You think I want to do that? No, you shouldn't have to do that. Welcome to the 10% Club. Congratulations on being on the 10% Club. Everybody thinks that they're paying too much for taxes, yet fewer than 10% will do anything about it. I do it every single year. And I make very good money being retired military, having a cyber contracting job, going to school because I get paid to go to school. I get paid commissions multiple times throughout the month. And I get a disability payment check from the government. Why? Because of my time and service, my sacrifice, my commitment to you is this. I don't allow any of my elements to get the best of me. What I do is I thrive for excellence. I thrive for excellence. So what I'm going to put on the screen here is I want to show you. These are in the comment section too. That YouTube link is a 10-minute video. It is being updated. They're working on an animated one to explain how the one marketplace works when you partner with Howard, the home profit coach. The working average American's wage today is about $48,000, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That works out to $24 an hour. And before that, tax is not much, huh? But after taxes, the average amount is less than $15 an hour. So when you go to work for somebody else's dream, you're getting taxed just to show up 50%. If you're an hourly employee, 50% of your pay is getting taxed by the government. And we're seeing how the government has ran for so long, for decades. Now we're seeing a new type of regime in there, and they're not playing around, and I love it. The disruptors are taking back what the American people said was going to happen. Once you put disruptors in there, You follow the Spirit of God and understand this was meant to happen. There's another way to put an extra $5,000 in your pocket. You could take on another part-time job to bring home an extra 5,000, but you would have to make at least $20 an hour and at least 8 hours a week, at least 50 weeks a year to put 5,000 after cash in the pocket. Or option 2, you could spend just 3 to 4 hours a week running a home-based business doing something you enjoy instead of working 8 or more extra hours every week for full-time year, just like you hate, and seeing your family less. Financially, the results are the same either way. Which would you rather? Option 2, people. Option 2. I'm telling you, you need to start a home-based business. You should have started this a long time ago. So this is how to reach out to me and see what Howard's broadcasts are about. You can go to my Facebook page too. So I'm giving you the ability to reach out to me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I only work with serious people. See, in the military, they taught us one thing: failure is not an option. Attention to detail, because if you don't pay attention to detail, lives could be on lives could be, people could get killed, especially in a wartime situation. Like he said before, this book is not about loophole, tax dodges, gray areas, tax evasion schemes, or IRS badging. None of that. So, the United States has 2 tax systems. Are you in the wrong one? The United States has 2 tax systems for employees, which include most working Americans, and very different and much better tax system for business owners like Howard. I'm both. And typically, I'm not bragging, but when my taxes come back, I'm in the upper 24%, I think it is now. And that's between my military pension and I don't get taxed on my disability because of the rating that I'm at, because I fought for my benefits. So veterans, continue to fight for your benefits. You can and will, if you have the medical evidence documented, get those payments that because of your sacrifice at younger years. Whether you did 5 years, 6 years, I don't care. You're going to have some type of ailment as you get older because of the wear and tear that you put on your body to serve your country. So employees are very limited in what they can write off, but business owners engaged in earning and working towards earning profits are entitled to a wide range, and these are going to be explained. Why is Howard happy? Because this month I will be putting in my taxes, and I'm expecting to get a lifetime credit because of going back to school of anywhere from $2,500 to $2,000. I don't think I've ever claimed that, so that means that I can claim that. And guess what? I'm going to get money back, so that's going to help me and my family, right? Usually I don't get money back. Usually I owe a little bit, or I don't owe any. I get more money back from state than federal. That's good because I don't want to have a loan to Uncle Sam. Just like you you don't want to be overtaxed, do you? Hmm. Riddle me this, Batman. Why would you do that? The first 2 type of taxpayers is the employee. These are things you can do as a W-2. Mortgage interest, real estate taxes, standardized itemized deduction, gifts, churches, charity, contribution to retirement plan. G. This is what your employee does. Work hard to earn a decent wage, ultimately lose a huge chunk of those hard-earned wages to taxes. And 3, then you can go live on the leftovers called your take-home pay. It's pretty depressing when you see your pay stub. The second type of taxpayer is me, the business owner. I know then gets to write off lots and lots of expenses, from office rent to laptops to furniture to office supplies, cleaning, etc., etc., etc. That's right. Just bear with me as I'm checking some things, trying to see if we are back up yet. It looks like they're still having issues with my other site. Nothing I can control about it. I've already put in information about it and see if anybody. No, nobody has said anything yet. I'm assuming that everybody's having the same problems. Can't get into my specific areas, and this happens sometimes, because of the cloud services. Business owners have a very different and far better 3-step tax system: earn revenue from selling goods and services. 2, spend whatever they need on operating expenses to keep the business financially solid and growing. 3, then pay taxes only on whatever is left over. Gee, does that make sense? I think it does. Long list of deductions: mortgage interest, rent for business offices, gas, electric, water, sewer, cleaning crew, computers, copiers, papers, pens, desks, software, depreciation, legal, professional services, cell phone services, magazine and books for business education, services performed by independent contractors, special work and clothing uniforms, security alarms, hidden cameras, health, life, dental, vision, disability, company cars, holiday cards. If you operate an internet e-commerce business like I do, internet access fees, merchant discount fees, web hosting, cable, computer extended warranties, database services, ink, software, spyware, firewall, routers, peripherals, surge protection, conference calls. And they got different businesses breakdown, right? So why wouldn't you start a home-based business? Why wouldn't you? So if you're an employee, how much you're really paying in taxes? The answer may astound you. Taxes represent by far the largest single expense the average American employee will ever incur. The amount withheld from paychecks for taxes before you see it is probably more than a mortgage or rent, plus your car and related expenses. Did you just hear what I said? When you add all together federal tax and state taxes, Social Security tax and Medicare tax, and sometimes county and city, your averaging earner in the US, you'd be losing at least half of your hard-earned wages before you even see your paycheck. Is that fair? I don't think so. Do you know why our government uses payroll deductions as a method of collecting income tax? Here's a well-educated guess. What if you earned $1,000 in wages, employer put it in your paycheck, and as soon as you got it, immediately write a check for the government for $500 to pay your taxes? That's 50%, leaving you only $500 out of your hard-earned $1,000 to live on. What do you think? There would be a taxpayer revolution that would make Boston Tea Party look like child's play. That's what would happen. So what does the government do? They make your employer withhold all those taxes from your wages first, then give you the part that's left over and the taxes having been siphoned out. That way, they're hoping you won't realize how much of a huge tax bite Uncle Sam and the Internal Revenue Spending Service, which will be abolished very soon. I truly believe that. We need to have a flat tax. Herman Cain, who was around for a while, and I think Ross Perot had a consumption tax. I would prefer to pay a consumption tax. Give me the entire check, okay? Less whatever, and I will consume things, but I'll be a good steward, I'll tell you that. And I think this would help a lot of people. But guess what? The powers that be are trying to keep hold of the big government. The big government in America is done. The American people have had enough of it. They've been siphoning off money for decades. And the American people, the patriotic movement says enough is enough. The IRS collected $2 trillion. This is from over 200 million taxpayers last year, and enforced actions their terms of audit raked in 50 billion with a B. The only way to snatch $2 trillion from the pockets of 200 loving patriot Americans, 200 million, is without a revolt, is they withhold it before you see it. Showing you only leftover parts, commonly referred as your take-home pay. Oh, that's why starting a home-based business is crucial for your success. Think about it. Businesses don't pay taxes on their gross income. They don't. They don't. They pay all their expenses out of their gross income first, and then the taxes they pay as a percentage of what's left over after paying. How much less would you pay in taxes if you only had to pay Uncle Sam a percentage of money you had left over paying your bills first? What if you're allowed legally to treat an office portion of home like a business and treat spaces in an office building, which is tax deductible? And what if you could convert some of the personal expenses you're already paying for into business expenses? Do you think that would make a difference in the amount of taxes you pay? Yes, it would. This is a very important advice. No one should ever start a home-based business for the primary purpose of getting new tax deductions. I didn't start a home-based business for it. I discovered the tax deductions. That's not the intent of the law, and frankly, it just doesn't work. Tax deductions should be the result of having a home-based business, not the reason for it. Here's the good news you've been waiting for. It is possible for individuals to get most of the same tax breaks as big business owners and get them even more. But before I continue, I have to ask your honest, important question. What would you mind if you turned out to be 100% both legal and easy to cut your taxes significantly? Would it be okay? I'm serious. Some people really believe no pain, no gain, no matter what. And many believe it has to do with taxes. It's easy, legal. My tax guy would have told me about it. Don't believe either one. They're both wrong. Are you discovering for yourself? But first, let me share with you a story that I'm true. Back when Coca-Cola was a new company, their business was selling syrup to soda fountains, which then, when combined the syrup with carbonated water, make a soft drink called Coke. One day, a visitor called on the chairman of Coca-Cola in Atlanta and said to him, "If you decide to act on the idea what I'm about to share, you will give me 1/2 of 1% of the profits you make from it." The chairman agreed, of course, because the idea was a good one. He gladly paid him 0.5% of 1% because the Coca-Cola company would still be getting 99.5%. And if the idea wasn't good, hearing that wouldn't cost anything. So the visitor leaned and whispered, "Bottle it." Those two words quickly made a visitor a multimillionaire, according to the story. Was the idea of not? Was it powerful? Absolutely. Why did I want to share the little story with you? Because just like Bottle It, what I'm sharing is not complicated, but very powerful. If you operate a legitimate home-based business with the intent to make profit, you can qualify for the most same deductions as a brick and mortar office building businesses, plus additional ones. If you're wondering when the amazing new set of tax laws were passed and why you haven't heard about them, that is a good surprise. Much of this book is not new. Seriously, most of these tax laws, codes, and court rulings have been place for years, and even some newest ones were effective retroactively. IRC Section 280AC. Are you starting your home business? If so, here's some great news. This tax benefit is relatively new. Congressional law now allows taxpayers to elect to deduct up to $5,000 in new business startup expenses, plus up to $5,000 organizational costs in the tax year in which the business begins. This is huge benefit for small and home-based business startups. Startup costs. Those expenses which you incur before you actually begin offering goods and services for sales. Example of organizational costs, your LLC, your corporation, your business. By the time you finish reviewing this book, you will have thorough understanding of three things the vast majority of American taxpayers and most taxpayers preparers do not understand. Exactly what deductions the tax law allows, how to qualify to use them to reduce your taxes, and what records will make tax returns bulletproof. Most people consider reading about taxes to be boring and as watching paint dry. However, learning legal ways to slash your taxes by thousands, nothing's boring about that. So that was our chapter 1. So we're not going to go any deeper into this. As I said before, this is Howard Martell, known as the Home Profit Coach. If you haven't started a business in 2025 and you want to work with an incredible team and you want to work with somebody that knows how to market, how to get the message out, how to educate, Howard's here for you. With that being said, take care. God bless. And I hope you enjoyed this live.